Here is something that makes me genuinely angry every time I think about it. The average American worker loses more than $200,000 over their career to a single line buried deep in retirement plan paperwork, and almost nobody ever reads it. My name is Josh, and I spend a lot of time thinking about how ordinary people get quietly robbed by systems that are designed to look like they are helping. If you have a 401k through your employer and you have never actually read your plan documents, what you are about to hear is going to make you uncomfortable. Hit subscribe. If you want to stop losing money you did not even know you were losing. Here is what your employer definitely does not explain at orientation. The funds inside your 401k are not chosen for your benefit. They are chosen through a process called revenue sharing, where mutual fund companies pay your plan administrator to appear on the investment menu. The funds available to you are not the best funds in the world. They are the funds whose companies paid to be listed, and they pass that cost directly to you through something called an expense ratio, a small percentage fee baked invisibly into every share you own. The average actively managed mutual fund charges around 1% per year. That sounds almost harmless, 1%, less than a tip at a restaurant. But run the actual math and it stops feeling small. On a $250,000 retirement account, 1% annually is $2,500 gone every single year, and that is before you account for what that money would have earned if it had stayed in your account and compounded alongside everything else. Most people never notice this because the fee is not deducted like a bank charge. It is absorbed into the fund's performance. The fund earns 8%, you see 7%, nobody sends a bill, and the statement still shows a green number. The money disappears silently, and you keep going. But here's the part most people refuse to sit with. Those same actively managed funds have a direct competitor available in almost every brokerage account on earth. Index funds that track the same market, hold nearly identical assets, and charge somewhere between 0.03 and 0.1% per year. That is not a minor difference. Over 30 years, that gap compounds into something that is genuinely difficult to look at. I want you to hear this number clearly. 2 employees, same salary, same contribution rate, same employer match, same market returns. One stays in the expensive, actively managed funds their company defaulted them into. The other takes 15 minutes to switch to the lowest cost index fund available in their plan. After 30 years, the employee in low-cost funds ends up with more than $200,000 extra, not because they earned more, not because they saved more, only because less of their money was being quietly extracted every single year. That is not a rounding error. That is years off the time you have to work. And here is what should make you want to open your plan portal right now. The switch is almost never complicated. Most 401k plans are legally required to offer at least one low-cost option somewhere in the fund list. They are also legally required to provide a document called the Summary Plan Description that discloses all fees. That document is available to you. The overwhelming majority of workers have never asked for it. Log in tonight. Find the list of investment options. Look for the column labeled expense ratio. Sort it lowest to highest. Move your contributions to the cheapest index fund available. That one decision, made in 15 minutes, is worth more than almost any other financial move you will make this year. Your employer does not lose anything when you stay in the expensive funds. The fund companies do not lose anything. The plan administrator does not lose anything. You are the only person in this arrangement who benefits from knowing exactly what you are paying and choosing differently. $200,000 over a career is not an abstraction. That is a college education. That is a decade of mortgage payments. That is years you could have stopped working earlier. That money was always yours. It was just being taken from you quietly, one invisible fraction of a percent at a time, while you were busy doing everything else.